Okay, so what we have here is a video demonstration of the basic functionality of the Collaboration Hub. On the landing screen, when you first open the Collaboration Hub, you have a number of visualizations, including this one, which is a visualization of basically a group of projects, which we're calling assets in this case, and we've ranked and scored them on the basis of effort, schedule, and cost. It's basically a 3D visualization that you can move around and see where your projects sit in terms of those scores, so that you can have a basic conversation about the entire portfolio of assets or projects or whatever it is you might be working on. So as you can see here, it's that green box that's kind of the sweet spot for what you want. Now, if you were to click on one of these, basically it would zoom into the location of that project and then give you access to your entire file repository. If there were files in here, we'd be able to edit them. We'd be able to edit them collaboratively with any number of people contributing all at the same time or at different times. In this particular example, there's 5 different pipelines. This is a property portfolio, so we have stuff related to retail, commercial, industrial, residential properties, and then a few other miscellaneous ones. That's the basic landing screen. There's also a showcase mode, which allows us to look at things from the point of view of, in this case, a funding source. So here we have a number of properties associated with the funding source, and this screen configures itself differently depending on the size of screen you're looking at. So we have a 4-meter touch screen elsewhere in the room where we would get 4 of these panels on at the same time, which means that 4 people can be touching and interacting at the same time. Here you get to see an overview, some basic statistics, any project images that might be available, and a map. And on the map you can put any number of layers that you might like depending on the nature of what you're doing. You might want to put place marks, you might want to put polygons, anything, basically anything that you can put on a map, you can put on these maps. The final view is what we call a grid view, but it's actually an essential view in terms of being able to review individual projects, or in this case properties. So each project or property has an image, and when you click in to have a look at that image, you get a basic overview, some statistics about the project, and then here also the project folder where you can edit things. So this is the screen where you would review an individual project and, for instance, try and turn some of them that are yellow into green and some of them that are red into green. So that initial visualization then becomes, this is where you would redo an evaluation, and this is also where you can put layers on the maps. So you can see that I'm clicking between some different layers and I'm able to turn them on and off, and it zooms to the extent of that layer when it turns something on. That's really a very basic overview of the Collaboration Hub. Again, it's primarily a way of visualizing portfolios of activity or projects, and it's also a way of what we like to say, cleaning up the virtual world. In other words, all of the file repository associated with every one of these projects is available here. There's a naming convention around specific types of activity, and there's a naming convention around the files and the data that you put into it to be either visualized or worked on. So thank you for watching.